Good morning, here I am again. Guess one day I will come up with a name. And, well, maybe somebody should suggest a name for me, but I think I'm a little too new to actually have one right now. So, I'm anonymous. That's how I'm going to start it off. Yeah, anonymous. So, today, I have a couple things I want to talk about. So, here we go. Started it off this time with a little bit of relaxing music. Calm the nerves. Got some nice tea here. It's the tea that refreshes your skin. Big on the old health thing recently since I stopped being a drug addict. Just kidding. Just kidding. Anyways, so we're gonna tune that down just a little bit and keep that going in the background just a little bit longer. Feels good. So MH370, this is one of the biggest mysteries I think ever, besides a couple other ones, but I'm just saying it's a pretty big mystery. And it just amazes me that they have not found this plane yet. It's just magical.
It's been 4 years.
And 4 years this plane has been missing. It's impossible. It's totally impossible. Life's biggest questions, for who? It's not my job to find a plane. It's not your job to find a plane. So whose job is it to find a plane? So we're going to take it to the technical side now, so we can narrow it down and say, hey, you know what? What did happen? So what is an investigation? Let's type it in the dictionary here. Investigation. The act or process of investigating or the condition of being investigated. A searching inquiry for ascertaining facts, detailed or careful examination. Let's look up ascertaining, because it's usual technical term in law. It's a verb used with object to find out definitely, learn with certainty or assurance, determine, to ascertain the facts. Archaic, to make certain, clear, or definitely known. Origin of ascertain, Middle French. Notice that a lot of our words do come from Latin. So I did study Latin at one point. I do know that dominame nomini means what is your name. Fluvius, river. And it was just amazing how our language is derived from the oldest language in the world, and nobody knows it, but it's used a lot in law. Okay, so now we know what an investigation is. I had another one up before, so I'm gonna go to the FBI next. I like to use the law dictionary a lot because you will need it in your life. There's a reason why they don't teach it in high school. All high school should be teaching law. It's one thing that governs you from birth to death. Many don't even know what is a birth certificate. Let's look that up. Let's do it. See what it comes up. It's so amazing what you can find when you go through law books. Let's see what comes up. Alrighty. For most parts of identification, people use a birth certificate as your original document, but some have recently heard something about called certificate of live birth. What is the difference? I don't quite like this. This isn't a great site for. I gotta find a good legal dictionary. Let's do it on this one. Birth. Just going off the topic here just a little bit. A written assurance or official representation that some act has, that was said birth certificate. Alright, this is also, get into the habit of looking up terms for clarity and better understanding. Can't find a legal word. Added quest or alright, we're going to skip that, but birth certificate is also something that can be traded on the stock market, and it's a form of ownership under a corporation, also aka called the United States of America. It is a corporation. It does have an incorporation date, so does every single state. It'll say incorporated in, and that's where this whole thing starts. So that's just a little bit of legal terminology. Again, I'm not the brightest, but I just like looking stuff up. Okay, so this is the FBI. So right now we're looking at the FBI website. Drug ring, dismantle, phantom secure, takedown, most wanted missing persons, seeking information, submit a tip, parental kidnappings, blah blah blah. So the FBI's Critical Incident Response Group. Ooh. Cadre of Special Agents. So I'm going to bring this up more often because you kind of want to get to know your legal system and how it works, which is why I'm so critical about so much stuff on YouTube and some investigators. It's good to know how these things work. And we're going to do it often just to see, get familiar with this website. Who's the most wanted in the United States? I don't know any of these people. Ever heard of them? Nope. What did... Most wanted fugitive. Let's go with yeah, let's go with fugitives. Criminal enterprise investigations. So these people are the most wanted in the United States. There they are. Never saw them before and don't know who they are. But it's funny to see these faces. Guzman. I think that's the Mexican cartel's daughter, I think. Anyway. So back to my original, went off topic there for a second, sorry about that. Alright, we did Unsealed, we're going back to... So this plane apparently disappeared, and there's some, like, stuff in movies. Always look at movies, I'll be doing some analyzing of movies too. Alright. I studied a lot of things. I jumped around. I'm not a master at any of them though. But I did study film, and really amazing. My professor said, after this class you'll never be able to watch TV or the news ever the same ever again. And we laughed at it, and he was correct. I don't watch TV at all. Well, no, I just gotta, with this new outlet that I have, we'll see. Well, I've got something to do now. Alright, so this flight disappears. Nobody knows where it's at. And let's see what the main story is. So let's go to this.
Happens is they don't ever play into the human factor, and amazingly enough, this article actually talks about a Faraday cage too, which we had talked about, but the guy's name just happened to send it out. His name is also Philip, which also we've talked about in the other videos. I don't know why you subscribe. Maybe you subscribe for this type of video, maybe you subscribe for the fishing stuff, but
alright, we're going to move on from that. We just want the gist of it, because this video here makes more sense than anybody's count of what's going on. That's why I like what Anonymous does. It makes sense. That's why I call this common sense acts. Subject to change, of course, because I don't know what I'm doing. But it's common sense that a plane cannot go missing for an indefinite period of time. It's impossible. It just can't happen. Not when an investigator is in charge of ascertaining to find out definitely, learn with certainty or assurance, determine, and to ascertain the facts. The fact is, a plane cannot go just missing. It's impossible. Wreckage would definitely show up. It's unavoidable. To ascertain that, you have to investigate. So, go back to investigation. The act or process of investigating or the condition of being investigated. A searching inquiry. So, okay, what digital forces, satellites, communications equipment is in charge of finding planes and making sure we know where they're at? Let's get rid of that. We, the FAA, right? So, how to track planes? Because there is software where amateur people can watch where planes are. So this website is called Flight Aware. Okay, so now we're learning something new. I like learning stuff. And you can actually track planes. So 13 years old. Where did this plane go? I want to know. I think the best answer to it is what Anonymous said.
Greetings world. We are Anonymous. With the disappearance of those on Malaysian Airlines MH370, billionaire Jacob Rothschild becomes the sole owner of an important semiconductor patent. Coincidence? I think not. The mystery surrounding Malaysian airliner MH370 continues to grow with each passing day, and Mr. Rothschild is smack dab in the middle. Illuminati member Rothschild is believed to have exploited the airliner to gain full patent rights of an incredible KL03 microchip. The US technological company Freescale Semiconductor, who shared its rights with Rothschild, had 20 senior members on board who had just launched a new electronic warfare gadget for military radar systems the day before the plane went missing. The semiconductor company develops microprocessors, sensors, and other technology, including standalone semiconductors, that perform dedicated computing functions. But the questions that arise are, why were there so many Freescale employees traveling together?
So basically, in a nutshell, we have the passenger list. Who was on that plane? Who was on that plane that had disappeared and nobody can find even 4 years, 5 years, however long it was, how long it is later? It just seems quite impossible. Because if you lose a plane and all its passengers and you don't know where it's at, what does that say about the responsibility of insurance companies, investigators, and no one has been held accountable? That smells very, very bad. This is what I mean about investigations and facts. And one video I spoke about Socrates. You can look this video up yourself. But apparently, this company and its employee, well, it's the employees of this one company, were on this plane. They all disappeared.